Legacy by Marc W. Johnson. Scene excerpt. Exterior, mountain, family campsite, night. A halo engulfs the full moon. A campfire crackles. 5 fiery embers dance upward. Each fades into the night. 3 young teenagers, Carl, Gary, and Damon, are on logs by the fire, quiet. Each holds a thin branch. They wait.
Found them!
The boys look to a group of tents. Julio, another young but stout teenager, falls out of a tent, protecting the marshmallows on his way down.
Told you.
Julio pops up. He runs to the group. Julio plops down next to Damon.
Come on, crack them open already, J-Man.
Okay.
Julio takes 2 large marshmallows. He hands the bag to Damon.
Me está jodiendo. You're breaking my balls in English.
Speako the Englisho, Julio.
You know, he only does that when he doesn't want you to know what he's saying.
We've been friends since 4th grade. How do you not know a little Spanish by now?
Whatever.
Violent rustling comes from the brush. A rotund, bald Uncle Jim, 50s, stumbles out. A knife in a sheath hangs from his belt. His large belly interferes as he zips up his fly. Uncle Jim sits across from the boys. He starts his own marshmallow.
Uncle Jim, tell us a scary story.
Remember last time? You had nightmares for a week. Your mother didn't speak to me for a month.
Did you cry for your mommy?
I'll bet he peed the bed.
Gary shoves Carl off the log.
Shut up.
Mommy, it's the hook, man.
I was 8, you douches. It was a really scary story.
Carl reclaims his spot and shoves his shoulder into Gary.
All right, knock it off. And you, watch the language.
The boys fall silent. Uncle Jim makes a s'more.
There's plenty in these woods to be frightened of. You have to respect them. Otherwise, they will swallow you up.
The boys are frozen. Uncle Jim chuckles.
Relax, I haven't even started yet.
He brings the s'more to his mouth, sees the boys' marshmallows in flames, and stops. The boys fix their gaze beyond him. Uncle Jim's rise is slow. Their hollow stares follow him up. The boys' wide, fearful scrutiny centers above Jim's head. Uncle Jim is gradually, yet deliberately, removing his knife. His brisk turn reveals swipe. An object flies through the air. A grotesque blob sends up a puff of dirt when it hits the ground. Uncle Jim's throat and the bulk of his face are gone. He topples rearward into the fire. His legs jerk. His non-face gapes at the boys. The boys scream. They scatter towards the woods. Woods, night. Shrieks echo. They are snuffed out one by one. Interior, rustic cabin, bedroom, night. Rose removes the sexy piece of lingerie from her open suitcase on the bed. She spreads out the lingerie close by. Rose continues to unpack clothes to an open dresser drawer. Exterior, family campsite, night. Julio, body broken, his face with a nasty gash, his face down in the dirt. His quick breathing disturbs the dry earth. A furry hand with black talons rolls him over. Through the pain, Julio attempts to scream. A set of claws cover his mouth as another opens his belly. Julio's mule grows weak amid loud chews. He goes silent. A tear slides down his temple from his tenantless eyes. Interior, rustic cabin, bedroom, night. Rose closes a full drawer. She opens another, then goes to the suitcase. Rose smiles and reaches into her bag. She removes a small gift-wrap box. Her smile brightens. A soft creak gets her attention. Exterior, woods, night. A dark cloud kisses the edge of the full moon. Haggard, rapid breaths plow through the light overgrowth toward a pinpoint of light. Interior, rustic cabin, bedroom, night. Small box in hand, Rose peeks around the bedroom door. A murky glow peers in from a large window at the end of the hall. A timid step places her into the hallway, night. Leery, Rose compels herself forward. The dim light fades. Rose turns to the window to see the last vestiges of it. She turns back. Rose places one hand on the wall to guide her. She takes a step. A creak freezes her. She begins again. Exterior, rustic cabin, tree line, night. The heavy breaths explode into the open. Interior, rustic cabin, living room, night. The gray moonlight slinks through double doors that lead to a deck. It enlightens a sofa that sits in front of the doors. An upright lamp stands by the sofa. The brick fireplace is dormant. A watercolor hangs in a frame on a wall. The plate reads, Paul Cézanne, still life with watermelon and pomegranates. Rose tentatively emerges from the hallway. She reaches for a light switch. A bright light bursts on Rose's face. Short, shrill screams from Rose. She backs up against a wall. The light is extinguished.
Rosie, it's me.
Rose slaps Virginia's arm.
You scared the shit out of me.
Virginia moves behind the sofa.
What are you doing here? What am I doing here? Shit.
Virginia paces. In the gloom, Rose notices that Virginia carries something.
What is that? Why are you dressed like a ninja?
The front door crashes open. Rose screeches. Virginia whips up the item she holds. It's a .45 caliber SMG. She points the laser sight at the intruder. Rose goes silent.
Some help here?
Virginia lowers her firearm. John carries an unconscious Diana. Both are dressed in black with light body armor. The twin to Virginia's weapon hangs from John's shoulder.
Dad? What happened?
John, his face bloody, sets Diana on the couch. His arm bleeds heavily. Virginia turns on the lamp and rests her weapon against the sofa. She examines a very pale Diana.
Mom?
A tourniquet sits above a gruesome slash that runs the length of Diane's thigh. Blood flows freely. Virginia pries open the horrific wound. Bone gapes back. John is beside himself.
We heard the screams. It didn't feel right. She didn't wait. I told her to wait, and Charlie's men, gone, all gone. They were kids.
John reins it in. His eyes connect with Virginia.
They baited us.
Oh, Christ. We need to leave.
Virginia pulls out her cell.
Who's Charlie? And what the fuck is going on?
John swings about. He hurries to Rose.
Get out, now.
Seriously.
John nudges Rose into gear. Rose slaps away his efforts. John manhandles Rose toward the front door.
No! Rosie?
John and Rose stop.
Hurry.
Virginia pockets the phone. She strokes Diane's hair. John rushes to Diane.
You're going to be fine, little sister. John, I love you.
Don't.
You have to tell Rosie.
We will. Together.
No, John, no. It's time to end it. Tell her to...
No. Come on, baby, stay with me.
Rose, on the precipice of hysteria, whimpers.
I'm so confused.
John races to Rose. He grabs her arms. Virginia caresses Diane's cheek.
Listen to me, Rosie. Look at me. You need to leave this place. Get in your car, drive as far from here as you can. Do not tell anyone where you go, understand?
John gives her a shake.
Tell me you understand.
Yes.
We'll explain everything, I promise.
Rose discerns large shadowy movements through the deck doors. Her face twists into wonder. John stiffens. His grip tightens on Rose's arms. John's slow half-turn is apprehensive. He sees it too. He whips back to Rose and whispers.
Run!
John shoves Rose down the hallway. In a New York second, the small gift box flies out of Rose's hand toward the fireplace. Snarler, a furry ripped behemoth of a werewolf, explodes through the doors. John realizes his error with Rose too late. The sofa, a hideaway bed, flips. The sofa topples Diane onto Virginia and anchors them to the floor. The lamp falls, the bulb breaks. The massive hole from Snarler's entrance bathes the room in the moon's eerie luminescence. Snarler pins John by his throat to the wall by the watercolor. It lifts him up off the floor. John pulls a silver-plated knife strapped to his thigh and buries it into Snarler's ribs. Its flesh sizzles. John twists the blade. Snarler growls, then tosses John with ease. John's head strikes the fireplace. Snarler notices Virginia's struggle to reach her SMG. The tip of her middle finger is inches from it. Snarler pulls out the knife and tosses it. Blood oozes from the wound. Snarler contemplates Rose in the middle of the hallway, who stares back in horror, and then Virginia. It lumbers to hallway, night. A spooky glow shines in from the window. Rose scurries from the menace that approaches. She hits the end of the hall. Snarler reaches Rose. Its gargantuan mass towers over her and blocks any escape. She fixates on the saliva that drifts from bright, white, sharp teeth. Rose wails while she turns fetal. Boom! A slug slams through Snarler's shoulder. Fur, blood, and bones splatter into the air. It roars, whirls around. Giles is in assault gear. He holds a shotgun with a battle strap.
Come on, you fucking tosser!
Click, clack, boom. A slug rips away flesh from its side. Giles advances. Click, clack, boom. Click, clack, boom. Click, clack. Exterior. Rustic cabin. Night. Boom. Snarler crashes through the window. Glass and wood fly. Interior. Rustic cabin. Hallway. Night. Giles stands in the hallway. Smoke rises from the barrel of his shotgun. It challenges the large hole that gapes back.
Oh my god.
Click, clack. Giles swivels, levels the shotgun on Vince Rodino, 20s. He's broad at the shoulders and narrow at the hips. He holds the axe at his side. He wears a shirt that says, Rodino Demolition, more bang for your buck.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Vince?
What are you doing here, mate?
I heard.
Vince?
I'm going to,
Vince eases past Giles. The shotgun follows him. Vince reaches Rose's outstretched arms. He places the axe on the floor. Rose latches onto Vince. Giles lowers the shotgun.
Giles!
Giles rushes to living room, night. He races to Virginia.
Rosie?
She's fine.
Giles heaves the sleeper aside, reaches for Diane. Virginia swipes his hand away. Hallway, night. Vince holds Rose. Rose is in a fog, but where?
Vince? Can't be, right?
I don't know.
Vince eases Rose to her feet. Living room, night. Giles examines John. Bulbous grey matter oozes out of John's skull. Giles doesn't notice the crushed gift box beneath John's arm. Virginia rocks her dead sister, tears streaming down her cheeks. Giles kneels at Virginia.
We need to get started.
Vince and Rose appear.
No.
Rose is torn as to which dead parent to go to. She rushes to her father. She is inconsolable. Giles reaches up to Virginia's cheek like the photo in the bedroom. This time his thumb caresses away a tear.
I'll take care of everything.
With his finger on the trigger, Giles rises. His purposeful stroll crunches glass on his way to the exterior, rustic cabin, deck, night. Reticent sobs come from behind Giles. He stops in front of the deck rail. His steel gaze pierces the night. The full moon sits high. Its radiance illuminates Tilly on the battle strap. Giles' grip tightens on the weapon. His knuckles turn white. Interior, rustic cabin, living room, night. Rose pulls the squashed gift box from under John's arm. She opens the box. Through watery eyes, she pulls out a sonogram of her unborn child.